Hi guys, welcome to Miranda Heart to Heart. How is everybody doing? I hope you guys are doing okay. It's the month of February 2019. Can you believe it? February is almost over, halfway through it. So time is just like really flying. I don't know about y'all, but time is really flying. But I just wanted to do a video today talking about some characteristics of toxic people. I think sometimes people can be toxic to other people and not even realize that they are toxic. We can tend to do things for other people and with a genuine heart and not realize that we may share characteristics that could be toxic to someone else. And the thing is, if you are toxic to someone else, it's not a matter of pointing the finger out and looking out and blaming everybody else and wanting everybody else to take responsibility for themselves without looking within and taking responsibility for yourself and your actions. I think with people, a lot of times, like in relationships, when you have two people that love each other, but they can't get it right, it's not that they don't love each other. They may not have the proper tools, meaning mentally, emotionally, physically, to show love. And it doesn't matter if your background was good or bad. When it comes to that, you have to have an understanding for yourself of what love is and how to show love. And many people, if a person comes from a good background, they have been shown what love is. And if they come from a two-parent home, they have been shown what love is. But it doesn't always mean that they will display love. If you come from a background where your parents weren't together, they were never married or separated, divorced, whatever the case may be. And if you're in a position where they didn't show you love, then that's a process of having to learn what love is. And before you can give someone else love, you have to understand what love is for yourself. And many people have a distorted perception of what love is based off of what their parents displayed to them. And that can be positive and negative. There are some people that have had some positive influences of what love is, but it doesn't always mean that they display love. And it doesn't mean that they don't love that person. They're just not showing it in their actions. So the other person is not always able to receive what they feel. And so when we think in terms of what love is so many things. Love is an action word. Love is genuine. Love is kind. Love doesn't hurt. Love is trust. And it's hard for you to trust someone if you don't trust yourself. It's hard for you to trust someone when you're not doing things that are trustworthy. Love, when we think in terms of trust, love is being honest with the other person. You can't be honest with someone if you're not honest with yourself. Love, in order to be able to give it outwardly, you have to be able to give it in. You have to understand what love is. And when we think about love, love is taking care of your mind, your body, and your spirit. Being in control always of what you feed into your body, what you feed into your mind. That means every day out the year, 365 days a year. minimizing things that are toxic to you. That's in the foods that you eat. If you're a drinker or a smoker, that's in the company that you keep. That's in the environment that you allow yourself to be in. When you love yourself, you realize that everybody is not for you. But just because everybody is not for you, don't mean everybody's against you either. When you love yourself, you feed your body with the nutrients that your body needs. You nourish your body so that it can maintain and operate and maintain at a certain level. When you love yourself, you surround yourself with people that show love back, because love is reciprocal. It's not one-sided. You can't expect for somebody to give you all of them while you give them some of you. Love is something that has to be cultivated, nourished. And it's not just what we say when we say I love you. It's in what we do, in our actions, in every aspect. At one point in my life, I used to have a hard time hugging people. I don't anymore. I can hug people, I can kiss, I can, my mindset and my understanding and my perception of love is no longer distorted. I'm in a better place. And because I understand it, I can give it outwardly because I have it within me. And so a video that I listened to, I haven't read the book yet, but I listened to the first 2 hours of the 5 love languages. And before I get into characteristics of a toxic person, I want to talk about ways to show love. And the 5 love language. So the 5 love languages, the 5 ways that you can show love. Number 1, words of affirmation. Number 2, through gift giving. Number 3, acts of service. Number 4, quality time. Number 5, physical touch. So in the 5 love languages, they say that 75% of people give love and receive love in the same language. 25% are opposite, or they the way they give love and the way they receive love is different. I'm special. Special in a good way. I'm in that 25%. I give love through acts of service. I like buying gifts, and I like, having gifts in a gift bag. I think it's cute. But what stands out to me and what means more to me is acts of service. That's my way of giving love. But my way of receiving love is through quality time, physical touch, and words of affirmation. So I really highly suggest for you to either get the book, The 5 Love Languages, or take a listen to the video, because there's a lot of good information in it. I mean, it's a lot of good information in it. So I'm not going to go any further into talking about the 5 love languages. If you want to get more information, take some time to look that up. That would be very beneficial for you. Now I'm going to talk about the characteristics of someone that is toxic. So according to Psychology Today, there are 8 things that most toxic people have the following characteristics. So, number 1, manipulative. It's all about them. And they will use other people to accomplish what they want. And those that are involved, because they don't have a true understanding of what that person is really trying to do, because they're manipulating a situation, it's a characteristic of a toxic person. And the person that is unaware of what really is going on, it's just negative for everybody. It's negative for the person that's doing it, and it's negative for the person that has to be involved, because they're blindsided. They don't really have a true understanding of what is being done and why, because the person is being manipulative. It takes a strong mind to be able to understand a person that's manipulative. And it also takes an even stronger person to say, this isn't for me. I don't want to be involved of my mind being manipulated. I don't want to be involved with my time being manipulated. I don't want to be involved with my finances being manipulated. Another characteristic is a person that's judgmental. We oftentimes, well, I can't say we, but people oftentimes, because our eyes are made to look out, spend more time focusing on what everybody else is doing. That we don't spend enough time focusing on not only what are we doing, but how are we doing? Are we doing okay? Are we doing the best that we can do? Are we growing? So being judgmental, a person that is heavy on criticism, someone that's always negative and will lie to defend their look or reputation. They lack good character. You know, when we think about what love is and we talk about trust, in order for someone to trust you, you have to show them that you're trustworthy. And when you do something that's not trustworthy, even through your honesty, you can't keep repeating the same behavior and expect them to trust you. And in order for a person that has done something wrong, before they can face their truth with someone else, they have to face their truth with themselves. Whether your action was justified or not, you have to take ownership and responsibility to what you did. You can't focus on what someone else did and what led you to do what you did. Like you have to control the energy around you, you have to control what you put out. If something isn't for you, then you need to learn to let go. Don't keeping something around a person that is not working for you, and then commit to actions that works against both of you and expect to build that way. It doesn't work like that. Another characteristic of a toxic person is they don't take responsibility for their actions. They point the finger out instead of pointing in and trying to figure out what they can do to better themselves, how they can treat people better. When you do something wrong to somebody, it doesn't matter if they did something wrong to you. You don't have to be tit for tat and do something bad back just because they did something wrong to you. It's more classy, more character to just walk away. They don't apologize. They blame everybody else. People who are really sincere and feel bad when they do something wrong to someone else, They apologize and the behavior is not repeated. Someone as toxic doesn't feel the need to apologize because they feel they're always right. When you feel that you're always right and everybody else is flawed, until you acknowledge the error of your ways, you'll be toxic to everybody else. You put yourself on this pedestal, but really you're down at the bottom because you're not truthful to yourself and you're not giving yourself an opportunity to be truthful with someone else. Another characteristic of someone toxic is being inconsistent. Their perspective, their attitude, their behavior is dependent on what they are trying to accomplish for that moment. When you love someone, you're consistent in what you do. You're not utilizing people and situations and manipulating them to accomplish something that you want to accomplish that they're not even aware of. Another characteristic is they make you prove yourself. They expect you to cut off people to satisfy them. If you're a toxic person, you expect everybody else to prove themselves to you, while you don't feel the need to prove yourself. And it's not even a matter of proving yourself. Exemplify how you feel, what you want, what are your expectations and your actions. That is your proof. You don't need people to turn around and do other things to prove to you. Because if you pay attention to what people say and what people do, and if they're in alignment with each other, that's your substance. You don't need anything else. You can substantiate it with that. A toxic person will make you defend yourself because they're always on defense. And they're always on defense because they're not being truthful with you. They're not being real with you. So they're always on defense, which turn around and make you be on defense. Their energy is feeding into your energy. They tend to divert the focus frequently to only what concerns them and not you because they're focused on themselves. It's not about the other person. It's about them. They're not caring, they're not supportive, or they're not interested in what's important to you. They're only interested in what's important to them. When someone loves you, then what's important to you is important to them. What is a part of you is a part of them. When they totally accept you 100%, what's important to you is important to them. Why do people that love each other can't seem to show love 100%? Because our perception of love, to start, sometimes is distorted. Because people don't acknowledge the error of their ways. Because people don't know how to show love. When you love yourself, when you're truthful with yourself and honest with yourself, when you face your own truth at all times and with integrity can acknowledge any of your downfalls to yourself first and someone else. When you display love and show love to yourself, you can display and show love to someone else. Love between two people that love each other is a beautiful thing. And when we think in terms of marriage, people oftentimes, I'm not ready to get married. I don't want to marry this person. This person is this and that person is that. Or we're going through this and we're going through that. 30 years of marriage. If you had the end result at the beginning, what would it be like? You have to go through different experiences. Love grows with people that understand what love is. Love grows with people that understand how to show love. Love grows when it's genuine, when it's not being manipulated. Love grows when you trust yourself and you can trust someone else. When you can be truthful with yourself and you can be truthful with someone else. Love is caring. Love is kind. When you're being mean, when someone doesn't understand how to love, but you do, and they do something that's not loving to you, it's not for you to turn around and stab them in the back with a knife or cut them in your words, your actions, or even physically. It's for you to say, you know what? I know you're struggling with something. Let me give you a hug, wrap my arms around you. Let me tell you I love you. Let me show you in my actions. So this thing called love that you're struggling with, you can get through it. That's what love is. Love teaches us how to be more loving. Love does not hurt. Love is a beautiful thing when people commit to it 100% of the time. Love is a beautiful thing when it's reciprocal. So in this video, I just hope that you take the 5 love languages. How do you show love? What was your example of love? How has that affected your life? How does that affect how you show love? Whether or not you understand what love is. The characteristics of a person that's toxic. If you're a toxic person, when are you going to take the time to correct the error of your ways? If you were involved with someone that understood love, but you're toxic, when are you going to face your truth and let them know, hey, it was me? Or if you're a toxic person and you were involved with someone that had a distorted perception of what love is, when are you going to face your truth that you weren't helpful in that situation? When you love someone, you are of value to them and their life. You can commit to acts of service and do good to them. But if you're toxic, you wasn't 100% everything that you could be to them and for them. I hope you guys get something out of this video. If you do, please leave a comment in the comment section. If you like this video, I highly encourage you to like it. Put a comment in the comment section. Share it on your social media platforms, whether it's Facebook, Instagram. Share this video, Twitter. Share this video. Give someone else an opportunity to be able to be enlightened the same way you were. I appreciate you taking time to listen to this video, and I hope you continue to listen to more. This love thing, there's going to be more videos about this because a lot of people struggle with it. A lot of people struggle with this thing called love. There's a lot of single people. There's a lot of married people that are not happy in the marriage that they're in. And a big piece is understanding what love is. Understanding what love is. Until my next video, as I always say, love yourself and love each other. Take care. Bye.